Hey there, YouTube. It's your boy, B3, back with another kicking Toku television review. My last Ultraman review was over the 1966 Ultraman, which is the original Ultraman show, and I said then that Ultraman Nexus would be my next one. And it is! Ultraman Nexus, the 18th entry in the Ultra series. Now it started in 2004, ran into 2005. And it was kind of like the third and final project of the Ultra N project. And the Ultra N project was kind of supposed to be a more serious adult Ultraman thing. Kind of like a reimagining of Ultraman. And it didn't do well. It really didn't. It was too early in the morning. For one thing, it aired too early in the morning. Like, the networks intentionally killed this show. They were like, adults won't want to watch this, put it on way too early so that no one will see it. So it had, like, the lowest ratings at that point for the Ultra series, which was sad, because it's actually pretty fantastic. So, it was cut down to 38 episodes. It ended after Dark Zagi, but it was supposed to go all the way to Dark Satan. And sadly, it did end after 37 episodes, which is too bad, because I really did like it, but something about the end kind of did feel a little incomplete to me when I was watching it. So that makes sense. And the sequel film, Ultraman 2 Requiem, was cut for Ultraman Mebius and the Ultra Brothers, which I've already reviewed, by the way. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed Ultraman Mebius and the Ultra Brothers. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I'll double check on that. If I haven't, let me know in the comments and I will review it. But yeah, it's really too sad. The Ultraman Next movie was really good too. You know? So there's, of course, one of the anti-monster teams, and they fight space beasts, which are what they call the monsters in this, because they're always from space. They're always from space. Silver Giant shows up, bonds with a dude, but the giant seems to be more mystical in nature, almost, than aliens, which is pretty cool. There's no real side Ultra or anything, because you have Ultraman Nexus in like his base state, and there's a Junus and Junus Blue, and Ultraman Nexus is like an incomplete form. Ultraman Noah is his regular form, but he's like incomplete, and Dark Zagi is a clone of him that aliens made to protect their planet, and he went rogue, and he created like Dark Faust and Dark Mephisto. And there's not a lot of monsters in this show either. You see some monsters like multiple times, or fight them over the course of multiple episodes and stuff, which is kind of interesting. Really lets you build some story. You'll feel watching this. It can get pretty dark sometimes. But I think the monsters have really cool, creepy designs. I think Nexus has a really cool design. I like his big red kind of thing on his chest. He has color timers when he's in Nexus and stuff, but when he's just in his base states and when he's Noah, it's just a big red kind of color timer thing. But it is a very, very good show, and I don't think enough people have really given it a chance. It has a better rep now than it used to. But it just was not set to. It was doomed to fail. It was honestly doomed to fail. But I mean, it was the first Ultra show for an older audience, geared towards teens, geared towards adults, and I think it was the last series to use ending credits also, until like Ultra Galaxy. That's just a fun little fact I read on the wiki when I was prepping for this review. Yeah, and another thing, the host wasn't the main character. We actually had a female main character, and the host was more of a side character, and it was all about her struggles, because like Dark Mephisto is someone she looked up to. There's all this stuff, and she actually becomes host for a little while. There are multiple hosts, and spoiler alert, one of the heroes of our show was actually Dark Zagi in disguise the whole time, but when he transformed into Dark Zagi, it didn't really feel deserved, in my opinion. Yeah, it just got a bad rap, you know? It got put in a bad time slot so that it would fail, because no one thought it would be watched. But I mean, people grew up with Ultraman. This would have been good nostalgia. People that grew up with Ultraman probably would have liked to watch this, but they didn't give him a chance. They just didn't give it a chance. But I think it's a really good show. Definitely worth watching. Has some very creative looking monsters. If you've watched a lot of Ultraman shows and they all feel the same to you, which is a completely genuine thing to feel, then this show will definitely break the mold. And I really like that. It really broke the Ultraman mold. And I do think you'll love it. I do think you'll love it. You don't have to watch the Ultraman the next movie to understand it. They're pretty separate. But I'll review Ultraman the next at some point as well. So that is it. Thank you all very much for your support for Ultraman Nexus. It's a very good show. If you want to support our own Tokusatsu show that we're making right now that does have heavy Ultraman influence and Godzilla influence as well, you can check out the link in the description below, which will take you to our Toku King Indiegogo page or our Patreon. You can go to whichever one you want to help us make our show. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. The next Ultraman show we review will likely be Ultraman Max. Since Max aired right after Nexus, I think that's the best way to go. And then we'll do Mebius. I might do Ultra 7X after that, or I might just skip to Ginga, because I already reviewed X. But that's it. Thank you all once again. I'll see y'all later. Peace out, buddy. Peace out, my boy, my girl, my homie.